All right, my live is started. I'm reading from the book of John today. I also have my guitar with me, and I'll probably pluck away a few notes on that. Let's just start her out with a little note there, little note, couple of notes. And I'm just going to read from the book of John today. End up posting this on my YouTube. Um, ask any questions about Jesus. Hopefully some people will be asking. Um, I'm just going to be reading from John because I think it's important little passage here to just know who Jesus is. John focused on the deity of Christ a lot. I think all the Gospels have it in them, for sure they do. Some places it's harder to recognize than in John, though, such as when Jesus forgives sin. That is Jesus claiming to be God, doing something God only does. It's kind of a less obvious way that Jesus claims to be God. Everyone wants Jesus to just say, I am God. And he does say that once in John. But, as people want him to say it how they want to hear it, I guess. But he did claim the divine name, several times throughout the scriptures in the New Testament. So I just want to, start off my Bible studies on live here with one of the most important little passages that's right in the beginning of John, the first chapter. I'm reading out of the Legacy Standard Bible. I think this is a solid translation of the Greek New Testament and the Hebrew/Aramaic Old Testament because it uses the divine names of God when they're given in the text. That's one of the reasons I really like this. It makes it clear when the word Lord is being used in the Old Testament versus the name Yah or Yahweh. You can see it right in the Psalm I'm turned to right here. It says, "I will give thanks to Yahweh 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 with all my heart." So it actually lists that Psalm 111. If anyone's interested, that's a great long psalm there. I think that's one of the longer ones. Anyways, John, let's get to where we need to be here. So I would need some coffee. Sorry, folks, stumbling over my words a little bit. This is a super theological passage. Tons of depth in this passage. I'll point out some of it, both in the culture at the time and just theologically, the claims that it's making about Jesus. Before I start John 1:1 here, I want to tell you he's mirroring Genesis 1. That's he's already claiming in John 1:1 that Jesus is there in creation. It says John 1:1. I'm starting here. I'm going to read on till let's just do 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and apart from him, nothing came into being that has come into being. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overtake it. This little passage of John is very meaningful for the people that are hearing it when this was written, because light back then was so much more important than it is today, so less commonplace. You had to have the fires, the lanterns instead of electricity, so light was Light was harder to come by back then. It was more important. If you were stuck in the darkness, you didn't have any fuel, you had no light. Could be a very scary thing, you know. So this light is already humongous to the audience. Little summary of John 1 through 3 here. Um, this is just a little compilation of several different Bibles, study Bibles that I have. Um, Lots of great information that I just sort of compiled into one little paragraph here. It says, in eternity, the Word was said to dwell with God. The word that's used for word is logos in the Koine Greek, the language that the New Testament was written in, the common language of the time. The word logos was utilized in the Septuagint, which is the Greek translation of the Hebrew scriptures. It was utilized to translate dabar. So dabar in the Old Testament was in the Septuagint translated to Greek dabar, which was the Hebrew word for word or thing, and it meant essence. Talking about in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Talking about the essence of God, therefore. The first chapter of John declares that the Word was an eternal being, which was God, and the essence of God. Essentially, the Word is the essence. Though the Word is the essence of God and is God, as John points out, there is still some distinction between God and the Word. Due to John's wording, the Word was with God. John is saying there's a distinction here between God and the Word, otherwise he'd just say in the beginning was God. The Word is also the creator. The parallelism between Genesis 1 and John 1 is most likely not a coincidence. John is showing Jesus' role in creating from eternity. John soon points out that the Word he is referring to became flesh and is the man Jesus Christ. That's John 1:14. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, glory as of the only begotten from the Father, full of grace and truth. Jesus' own words in John 3:16, a few chapters later. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, only begotten Son. This is who John is claiming the Word is. John's already claiming that Jesus is God. And this is a very clear passage showing that Jesus is a divine figure. He's more than just a man like me. He is God in the flesh. He's worthy of worship. He's worthy of, you know, looking into and discovering what he said and following those sayings. Everything he said, in my opinion, is beautiful. Some things are harder than others to grasp in far as the words of Jesus. Paul is much harder for many people to understand. So if you're new to Jesus, I recommend. Thank you, Parves. Thank you, Khan. Um, if you are interested in learning about Christianity, go straight to Jesus. Don't go straight to Paul. You can figure him out later. Some of Paul's teachings are very difficult. So it's like, one of the things that turned me off to Christianity was the fact that some of Paul's teachings were not agreeable to me. So I didn't want to take Jesus seriously. I thought it was all a sham. But no, Jesus, everything he says is so beautiful, y'all. So it's important to go and look into him if you want to get to know what Christianity is all about, the words of Jesus, what he did, what his claims were, what his disciples claimed that he was doing, and what they said he was saying he was doing, which was giving his life willingly on the cross for all of humanity so that all of humans would be saved. All we got to do is believe in Jesus, take his gift that he's given us, accept his gift, accept him. Jesus says that everyone who, proclaims his name, everyone who calls upon him is going to be saved. So It's powerful claims he's making here, and I believe they're true. I believe he performed the miracles that he did. I think that the resurrection is one of the most historically uh, evidential things in history. Historically, if we're going to believe anything happened in history, it should be the resurrection because of how much evidence there is for it. Not only in the Gospels, but Tacitus and Josephus and all these different historians. Caesar, who was the most popular man of the first century, Julius Caesar was less popular than Jesus. So um, there's a ton that goes into this. Manuscript evidence, archaeological evidence. I've got several videos on my channel about this, even early on, if you want to check them out. Um, I think I'm going to try a TikTok live now, though. So if you're interested in seeing that, you can hop over there if you're listening right now. For now, I'm just going to do a little outro song because I would like to see TikTok before they potentially take it down, see what that's all about. I just play one of them that's in my head. Should I play? What should I play? Let's see if I remember this one. Maybe I don't remember this. Wow. Nope. Nope. Sorry, I don't remember that one. All right, that's good enough. Just a few notes. All right, I'm gonna head over to TikTok. God bless y'all. Stay blessed. Jesus loves you.